not going to win with the sheriff, so just kidding. So we got 6 questions we'd like to ask you. First one, we'd like each person to field and give a response, and it's basically, where did you come from and how did you get here? So we're thrilled to have all of you here in our community serving as first responders. Please share a little about your story and how you got here.
Didn't expect to be the first one. So my journey started in high school, watching CSI and Law & Order. Crime does not get solved in an hour. Just so you guys know, it does not get solved in an hour. But clearly I thought that I did because it really piqued my interest. Then I took a crime scene investigation course in high school, which continued to further my interest. Then I got the opportunity to become a Livermore Police Cadet. I got my hands into everything that I could in law enforcement and every avenue just to see if this was really a career that I wanted to do. And it was. So 6 years later, I got the opportunity to put myself through the police academy, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity. So I put school on hold, and I went to police academy. Alameda PD picked me up in there, and 11 years later, I still have the same passion for this career as I did back when I was 17. So here I am.
I got here by driving my minivan. That's right. I love that car. I grew up in Hayward, California, right down the way. I was 16 and had my son, and so this was a huge career for me. I met the late Sheriff Plummer, who told me, "Little lady, you should come work for me." I said, "Sir, I'm barely 5 foot tall." And he said, "Don't worry, young lady, I'll teach you how to shoot really well." And I looked at him very confused. So I applied for the Sheriff's Office in 2004. I graduated Academy in 2005, and I've been with Alameda County Sheriff's Office ever since. And I'm glad
Good luck having me. You made a good choice. We can't ask people where they come from, just so you know. So I thought it was funny that you asked that, but I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. Just trying to make a joke of it. Please laugh. So I'm from Hayward, Hayward, California, and it's a great city. It really is. I can say that this was not a career that I ever saw myself entering into. I definitely was not one who had the best encounters with law enforcement in my youth. And, if you would have asked any of my friends from high school, they would have never thought that I would have ever become a cop, let alone the sheriff of the county, right? No, I was trying to get one job. I was working 3 jobs at the same time and trying to pay bills and trying to help mom pay bills, and it wasn't working, so I applied for every entry-level position out of high school within this county, Santa Clara County. I don't think I went to Contra Costa, but I think I went to Solano County, and this is when you actually had to go in person and fill out an application there and leave all your information there and wait for a phone call or a entry-level card to come into your mail. So I finally got one from the county, and they were offering a sheriff's technician position, which is an entry-level position in the sheriff's office. Still is, and if you're looking for an entry-level position, we're hiring. So come on down, we'd love to have you. So that's how I got into the sheriff's office. And so once I was able to experience working as a civilian and then get transferred to a patrol assignment as a civilian doing parking enforcement and towing cars and actually working with the community, and then working with the staff that were out there working in the field, I fell in love with it. And there was no turning back. I put in for the academy, and here I am today.
So I came to the field a little bit later in life. I had done a couple careers prior to arriving to the fire service. I always knew I had an interest in medicine. I always knew I had an interest in helping people, but I didn't quite know which avenue to take. It wasn't really until a tragic event in my life that led me to end up volunteering with San Francisco Suicide Prevention as a way to give back. And kind of dipping my toe in the water on that crisis hotline and being able to be that person that was there for people on their worst day, realizing like this is where I want to be, this is it, this is what I want to do. And then taking it one step further, after finishing up my time there, I became an EMT and I kind of dipped my toe into EMS and got the rush with, you know, the lights and sirens and working alongside fire and seeing what they were doing and thinking it was awesome. And I live up in Napa County, and you guys probably remember a couple years ago we had some pretty big fires up there. And so it was around that time that I wanted to get involved. I thought, gosh, I feel still like I'm not doing enough. I want to do more. And so I started looking into fire academies. So I went to school up at Santa Rosa JC, great school, great academy. Went to paramedic school at Sac State, and just kept pushing further, kept looking for more ways to have more tools in my toolbox so I could help people, because it's truly a passion of mine to do so. And now finally I'm at that place that feels right, feels like home, and almost feels like it's exactly where I'm supposed to be at the exact right time. It just took me a windy way to get here.
Good evening. I'm Mackenzie Witten. I'm a third-generation Alameda resident. I also had an untraditional route to entering the fire service. I came home from college, unsure what I wanted to do, worked for the rec department here in town. I was playing slow pitch softball at a local park and was injured. One of the other players came over and said, "I'm an EMT, can I help you?" Luckily no concussion, no broken bones, but that sense of calm and control of the scene of everything going on was just inspiring. And I went that spring and took an EMT course and was sitting in the course, and they went around the room, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I don't know, I'm just here. This is the first step. I don't know what I want to do." The person next to me said medic, somebody else said fire, somebody else said nurse. I said, I think I'll try the medic route. So I continued on my career path, became a paramedic working in Contra Costa County. And as a part of that, on my internship, I shadowed a fellow paramedic who worked for the Berkeley Fire Department, and that's where I was inspired. That this is what I want to do. I would love to be a firefighter. I'd love to take on that role in addition to being a paramedic, and pursued that, and here I am.
All right, well, Firefighter Witten, the first question is for you. So, was there something, someone, or an event that sparked your interest in becoming a first responder?
Okay, not to repeat myself on what I just said. Like I said, getting mildly injured here, sparking that to kind of go on my career. Like I said, shadowing a female firefighter with the Berkeley Fire Department and seeing her passion, her drive, her enjoyment of the service as a whole, getting excited to come to work every day, enjoying being at work, the camaraderie with the crew, our schedule is another great aspect. Those were all things that inspired me, and when I went forth, worked as a paramedic in the private sector, but always wanted to pursue a career in the fire service. I was lucky enough to apply for the city of Alameda when they were hiring, and got picked up and haven't looked back since.
All right. Same question for Sergeant Schlitt. I know it's kind of similar to the first question, but what we're looking for is, was there an event or a specific individual that got you interested in going towards public safety?
I would have to say my 6 years as a Livermore Police Cadet, because I really truly didn't understand what officers do. I thought that they just drive around all day, and I didn't know we respond to calls for service. Clearly had no idea what we do. So being a cadet and getting involved in, traffic investigations, dispatch, property and evidence, anything I could, really solidified for me that this was the career that I wanted to do. My passion for it, wanted to help people, listen to people's what's going on in their life, trying to figure out, if I can help them in any way. I enjoy listening to people's problems and trying to find a way to give them resources and help them any way that I can. So I think that my 6 years there really solidified that for me.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question is for our two partners from the Alameda County Sheriff's Office. We can clap. I like claps, yeah. We'll start with the sheriff. Women first responders not only inspire other women to become first responders, but they have also helped change the culture in this line of work. Has there been a moment in your career where you could feel that change and/or participated in moving public safety to be more inclusive?
The exact date was January 3rd, 2023, when I took office. That definitely was a moment of change for our agency in this county and the state of California, really. And it's really something that we should be talking about as far as, here we are in 2023 and we have a lot of firsts, a lot of first women, a lot of first minority women coming into leadership roles. And, it's kind of sad that it's taken so long for us to have this representation. I think representation does matter. Our little girls need to see us in these leadership roles because they need to see themselves in these roles. And I want to see more of our women in leadership roles because we do bring a different quality to the service we provide. And not to say that men don't bring the same qualities, but I think that we can agree that we're just different. Our makeup is different. And I can see that the women in our field will, whether it's fire, public safety, law enforcement, you name it, sometimes we have more time that we spend with people to get people down to kind of de-escalate and calm them instead of rushing in and you're gonna listen to what I say, otherwise, my muscles are gonna take care of this. And we can't do that, right? I've learned that I'm a small gal. I'm a chunky gal, but I'm a small gal all the same, and I'm not gonna beat up some 6'2", 280 guy, right? So I gotta come in with a different skill set, which is, I gotta talk to this person, and how do I talk them into cuffs? How do I talk to them and make them understand that I'm there for a reason? I'm not there to harass or assault them or do anything as far as harm on them, but I'm called there for a reason. So it's kind of a different, way of doing business because we can't go in there rough and gruff, and otherwise, people would laugh at us. But it's something that going back to the question, it is a change that we're seeing, and sadly, it's still a challenge for the sheriff's office because we still fluctuate between 10 and 12% women in our sworn positions. I'd love to see that get a little higher, if not double, if not triple. So it's challenging, but we're continuing to meet that challenge by making opportunities a little easier. I shouldn't say easier, but fair for women to get into this profession by removing the barriers that will sometimes disqualify women for our field. Because historically, and I can speak for the sheriff's office, our testing, you had to test as equal as a man physically. And that's a tough standard to meet as a woman. So we've been working on making sure that we have a fair process with physical testing. So that's fine.
Thank you. And you're not getting off the hook. I saw it in your eye. You're like, if I hand the mic down there, Lieutenant Carissa.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure, I can. Women first responders not only inspire other women to become first responders, but they have also helped change the culture in this line of work. Has there been a moment in your career where you could feel that change and/or participate in moving public safety to be more inclusive?
January 3rd, 2023. In all seriousness, I wasn't there, but I watched. I don't think there was ever a really actual moment, but I will say having the first female sheriff on this agency has been amazing, and we also have the first undersheriff who's a female as well. So every rank in our agency now has a woman there, I think, or has been there. So it opens a lot of opportunities for women. I know that we try to recruit other women as law enforcement officers, but I also think it starts at the basics of how we raise our daughters and the women in our lives, by supporting them, by allowing them to know that they are free to choose these types of professions. These are male-dominated professions, and no offense. I think we do it very well. But I don't think I could ever be a firefighter because I'm barely 5 foot tall. I think it's just a thing, right? Is there a height? But I really do believe, like my mother's here in the audience, she was the one who made me and set the standards and gave me the values of being a fierce woman, a determined woman, a young mother with a son to never give up. So I'd really say the basic foundation of parenthood and how you raise your daughters is what's going to set the foundation for their success.
Well, thank you both. Thank you both for your service and very inspiring.
Lieutenant, hold on to the mic.
Oh, okay.
So it's similar to the earlier question. We're honoring women in public safety because even though the numbers are increasing, there is more work to be done. I know we talked about some of the barriers that have been removed. What further can be done to increase the interest in public safety to get more women into the field?
Well, like the sheriff said, you have to be fair. And we have to be encouraging and supporting towards our women. After this Netflix was released, I have met women all over the world that all share the same stories of how they need hope, right? They're looking for other women to encourage them and support them, as well as men in their lives. They want to be heard, they want to be appreciated. So I think just setting those basic foundations is what's going to help. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just keeping it brief.
Yeah, no, I get it. All right, well, it's firefighter Remy, same question.
I mean, touching on some of the things we've already discussed, but taking it one step further is just that community engagement that we can continue to do. I can only speak for Mackenzie and I, and I'm thinking you guys feel the same way, but we feel very supported by our leadership. Having Chief Luby be so supportive of us and of recruitment efforts to get more women interested in the fire service, whether with Alameda or otherwise. Mackenzie and I have had the honor to participate in some local junior women's camps for high school students, college-age students, women who are seriously looking at this field. And so being given those opportunities to participate in our community and spread the word, but like my colleagues up here said, just show them that it's possible. Whether they go that route or not, whether they want to be a nurse or a dentist or a teacher or a firefighter, it doesn't matter, but they can do what they want. That if you're dedicated and if you work hard enough, you can get there. And you know, I'm proof of that. We're all proof of that. And I agree about raising our daughters. I have my daughter here tonight. I also have my son, and it's about raising them both to know that when you work hard, you'll get somewhere. Don't give up. And just keep pushing, and that women can do any of these jobs if they really want to.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you say something real quick? So I'm sitting here next to her, and my shoes, if you look at my shoes, they look like I don't do anything all day, because they're super clean. Super clean, there's nothing. These are some hard-working boots right here. They've been through some stuff. I've got some other words, but I'm gonna keep it G-rated. They're pretty tore up, but hey, you're like getting in there. No. Don't be ashamed. I have to point it out because I feel bad sitting next to you. Here I am, some desk jockey, and here you are, like going through the fires, right? So how else can I say it? I had to point that out for your little boy and your little girl, just to be proud of Mama because she's working hard out there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Catherine, where are the kids? Wave. Thank you, guys. Thanks for supporting Mom. So my next question is for Sheriff Sanchez, which this is a good one. Oh, no, just kidding. Oof. All right, no, just kidding. What has been a barrier in your career? You're the top cop in the county. Like, I'm not sure. Like, what has been the barriers? I mean, you made it to be the sheriff of Alameda County and elected by the people, but I'm sure there's challenges along the way?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely challenges, and even today, I don't like when people tell me no. And I think that anybody who's had a career, who started off fresh, didn't know anybody in the agency that they work for, or organization that they work within, when you put in for something and you get told no, it kind of makes me want it more, right? And so what do I have to do to get that position, or I'm gonna look for another position that would challenge me, or, you know, be something that I wanna do, and just keep going and keep trying. So I wouldn't say that those are barriers. I mean, they are barriers, but what do you make of those barriers, right? You have to take every, I wouldn't say it would be a failure sometimes when you put in for stuff, you just not selected. But how do you make that a positive, and how do you make sure that that does not discourage you? Because if I would have allowed those barriers to discourage me, I would not have been able to reach the level that I've reached. Running for sheriff in this county is very difficult, and when I started campaigning, and I think the mayor, she was here, she'd attest to it too, because we've had these conversations, everyone told me it was impossible. Everyone told me there is no way you are going to win. Good luck, but you're not going to win, and it happened. And so it's really about challenging yourself and making sure that you don't allow those barriers to be barriers.
All right, the next question is for the lieutenant.
I feel like they're picking on us.
I think we all know the answer to this one, but we'd like to hear it from you. Or maybe you have a different response. What is something you're especially proud of, both personally and professionally?
I'm extremely proud of my family and where we have gotten today, and my 3 beautiful children. Like, I'm proud. I'm proud to wear this badge every single day. I have a lot of things to be proud of. I'm not gonna brag, but really, I'm really proud to be sitting up here with all of you fantastic women and everybody in the audience. It's a tough road for a woman, but like the sheriff, maybe it's a Hayward thing, but we don't take no for an answer. And that's why we are here, right? I don't know what no means. I'm very proud of just my life, and it's been incredible, so I'm proud to have a job.
Can I ask
A good job.
But in police work, what are you most proud of in the police work, the investigative work that you've done? Has there been a pinnacle in your career that you've been like?
I think everybody wants me to say I'm very proud of the Netflix show, correct?
No way. No way. And we're proud of you too. That was amazing work. That was amazing police work.
But that was just one in a lifetime chance. I think I'm proud of all of the investigations that me and all of the fellow investigators got to work on to put all these criminals in prison. I'm proud of that. Like, everybody knows who's ever had to interview or arrest a suspect. It takes a lot of work, like the Sarge said. It is not easy to just solve a crime in a day. So professionally, I am proud that I've inspired people, especially women. I've given women hope. I give my children hope. I am very active in the corrections, and I hope I give my female inmates hope that they can do better when they get released from incarceration. So I think I'm just proud that I was able to inspire and make a difference in at least one person's life in this world.
Thank you. Sergeant Schlitt, same question.
All right, I think personally, most proud of my family. We're very close, so I am proud to have them. Professionally, I would say being in a position that allows me to mentor the newer and younger officers, help guide them along their careers and help them any way that I can to get them to where they want to be, as well as help them serve the community as best as they can. So I think I'm most proud of that.
And then firefighter Whitten. I probably should have handed my mic.
It almost goes without saying, but I will still say it, that I'm proud of my family, proud of my significant other, Proud of my siblings, my parents, to where they've gotten in their careers, supporting me to where I am. That can't go without saying that. Professionally, proud of just the culmination of my career thus far, still going, continuing on. But, you know, becoming a tiller driver, driving the back of the truck, becoming a rib boat operator, working on my captain classes. Proud of all of those steps I've taken to continue to further my career, to continue to advance my career. There are specific calls that I've been on, that I'm sure we all have been on, that have had phenomenal outcomes that I do reflect on somewhat regularly, that I'm beyond proud to have been a part of, to change those lives. And just the career as a whole. Sitting up here, being able to talk to everybody, talk with fellow female public safety responders, just proud of it all.
That concludes the panel, I believe, right? You're looking at me crazy.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it does
It
conclude. I just
concludes
want to
it.
say.
You want to add some more questions? We can keep going. Yeah.
No, I wanted to say this. Ladies, it's really an honor to be up here with all of you. Your stories, some of you we know more about, some of you we've learned more about today, but the amazing work, the courageous work, the honorable work that you do on a day-to-day basis is incredible, and it's inspiring. And we just want to thank you all for being up here, allowing us to take some time to ask you some questions, to really educate others about how amazing you all are. And I'm sure I heard some young voices in the audience. I'm sure you've inspired some young voices out there. So thank you for what you do.
You took all the words out of my mouth, Chief. I'll echo everything Chief Joshi said. Thank you for opening up. Thank you for being with the honest, candid dialogue. But exactly like Chief Joshi said, you are inspirations for this community. You're inspirations for little girls. You're inspiration for big girls. The service you provide, and I think the sheriff hit the nail on the head. The work and what you contribute to public safety is essential, and that portions of it is not something that a male individual could do. And whether it's diffusing situations or working with a individual that has a female patient that's gone through a traumatic incident, it's essential to have you as part of the public safety team. And I thank each and every one of you for your services that you provide to this community and to the county. Thank you.